And welcome back. Told you it was gonna be that long. I didn't need to use restroom or anything. Actually, I probably should have refreshed my beverage. We'll take care of that a little bit later. Anyways, we need to talk to Lise. It's nearby with our involved and Alpha now. Did I do it? Yeah, I did turn it down. Esagos, you're back. What did Nanamo? Oh, sorry. Are you allowed to talk about your audience with the Sultana? Yeah, everything's fine. Rahman says he's going to return to Ul'dah, but she thinks he doesn't want to. Uh, hmm, tell us something we don't know. But I'm pleased to hear she's committed to helping our refugees come home. And this plan to revitalize the Sultry does make a lot of sense. Right, how you convinced her to seek Lord Larita's help is another question. After all that has happened, he is the very last person I expected to turn to for advice. But on a more practical note, at least assuming the interim government elects to accept Uldah's proposal, I have one caveat I would like you to include in the bargain. Alamigo must be permitted to cover a portion of the investment. We have a fortune at our disposal, after all, and allowing Ul'dah to provide the entirety of the capital will afford Lord Lolorita too much control. Honestly, Alphino, it's like Kugane never happened. What exactly does a ruthless profiteer have to do to earn your trust? But yes, you do have a good point. First things first, though. We need to discuss this proposal with the Sultry's residents. Whiskar, how do you fancy explaining the Sultana's plan to your grandfather? I'd like to hear what Watt thinks of the idea before agreeing to anything. Right away, Commander. Would you mind coming along, Esagos? I might need you to fill in the details. Then I shall come as well. Should Watt wish to discuss figures, my knowledge of the nation's finances may prove useful. Time is just flying by. Ah, sorry, I got distracted. There they are. What manner of mischief brings you young'uns to old Wat this time, eh? They want to build the rebuild the sultry, Grandad. Escos, tell him about the deal. Blah 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 blah. Well, bugger me. I've never had the coin or the hands to put the place back to how it was, but it sounds like that's about to change. There's just one small wrinkle in your plan. It doesn't account for all the nasties queuing up to eat anyone who goes near the shore. The king used to send soldiers to cull the buggers, but the Imperials weren't about to help the likes of us. Don't worry, Grandad. We'll take care of all that. Commander Hex has been talking about starting up regular patrols, and I'm sure she'll assign me to Locke if I asked. I'd appreciate that, Whisker, my lad. Truly I would. So does this mean you've gotten better at that blade of yours? I've been training, but mostly to kill Imperials. You have some experience hunting monsters, don't you, Essigos? Think you could cast an eye over some of the local beasties and teach me how to deal with them? Let's not waste some time, then. I'll see you by the lock. Whilst you're busy attending to the local fauna, I shall have... Or, excuse me, this is Alpha now. Whilst you're busy attending to the local fauna, I shall have Master Watt explain to me exactly what is required to restore the sultry to its former glory. Good hunting. It's just like over here. Not far, but I cut corners. Make it faster. Right then, Escos. I've got a spyglass here. You can use it to make a closer look at these pests. Once you got the measure, you tell me what to do, and we'll see how well it goes. See. Yarby here. There. Cover the Yabi's weak point. Yabi's entire body is protected by a hard carapace, but the underside of the head looks soft and vulnerable. Looks like you found a Yabi. They say he is shelled like smacking a rock. Any suggestions? He would jokingly say, just hit it hard in the head, or no, aim for the soft underside of the head. Vulnerable under the head, are they? Right then. Wish me luck. Thanks, I suppose. I did just as you told me, and the wavekin, it went down like a sack of popotos. Let's find something else. I mean, I'm a monk, so really I would just hit it as hard as I possibly can, but that's another matter altogether. I think I can handle your hobbies now. If you would try something different, what else is out there? Got the faux bad. Bobad's hands are large and powerful, but destroying its crystallized core would render the salt golem inanimate. You sense power pulsating from behind its brow. A Phobad. How do I defeat one of those? Just hit it really, really hard. As hard as you can. Destroy the core within its brow. That's what it said, is it? Just try to stab it right between the eyes and... it's not easy fighting with the Liberator of Alamigo watching your every move. I got the job done. Thanks for the advice, Essegos. I feel a lot better prepared for my patrols now. Any road, we should Head back to the saltery before Grandad starts to worry about being snipped into pieces and fed by Yabi's hatchling. To Yabi's hatchling. I can read, really, I can. I mean, it's cold read, so. By the way, if you ever look up Ethis Asher, AEETHYS Asher, on YouTube or even on Twitch, he does voices a lot better, and it seems to have a better grasp on things. So, and he's if you're familiar with WoW and you want lore, you look to Noble, Nobbel, some and then like some number 76 or something like that. I don't remember, or Noble, I think he's referred to. Um, if you want the same thing over on Final Fantasy 14, Ethis is your man. I really enjoy his videos, and he's got a lot of takes and things in the lore. He appears on Mr. Happy's State of the Realm show as well, especially when they're going to be talking about spoiler cast for a patch or just the lore of a certain raid series or something. So it's great. It, Side recommendation. I've seen you. I see you return in one piece. Dealt with those beasties then, did you? I fought them myself. After a bit of instruction from Messigos here, like once I shared what I've learned with the others, we should have no trouble keeping the shoreline clear. Good lad, a fine young man you've become, Whiskar. Fine young man indeed. Too often of late I hear tales of folks over in the city drunk on victory and hunger for revenge, their heads stuck firmly in the past. But we need to set our sights on the future, and things which will improve our lot. Things like getting the Saltery ready to welcome our long-lost countrymen. It seems Whisker and the Saltery's security hand, I meanwhile have discussed the next steps with Master Ward, and completed my inspection of the site. With little work, the vacant buildings here could be made into very presentable dwellings. A message for General Alden. Apologies for the intrusion, sir, but the General would speak with you at the earliest convenience. Well, he is my father-in-law, so again, headcanon, I'm married to Pippin. That's a ghost is married to Pippin. Headcanon, not yours. Maybe you're married to Pippin, or he's not. You know, whatever you want for headcanon. I'm just saying what my headcanon is. Anyways, moving on. Do not feel obligated to wait around for my account. I will remain here and hammer out the final details with Watt and act as an intermediary with our business partners in Ildar. You should go. General Alden asks that you wait for him by the main gate of the Alamegan Court. My apologies, sir. Very well. Go after. Oh, kind of awkward. Having to well, I mean, I would definitely take that Robon would be, hey, Pippin has a love interest. He got married. You'd be proud of him and happy. Being the fact that it's the Warrior of Light, hey, even better. Maybe awkward. I don't know. He probably advised Pippin, says, I don't know about him. He what He'll punch somebody in the face at a moment's notice. Got a little bit of an anger issue. Hurry, full arrival. Almost done with the patch 4.1 content. Oh, it's a family meeting. Oh, yeah.
Again. No sooner have we broken up one mob than another forms. Thankfully, all have been amenable to reason, thus far. But it is no concern of yours. We must speak of the men Arenvald and his comrades apprehended in the peaks.
By their uniforms, the captives were first judged to be Imperial troops. But after further investigation, their true identities came to light. I dare say you remember Yuyuhasi and Laurentius, the fugitives who conspired with Captain Ilberd in the Crystal Brave's betrayal. Aye, well, it would seem they followed him all the way to the wall. It was they who orchestrated the slaughter of the resistance fighters prior to the Griffin's infernal ritual.
Were it in your hands, how would you punish these men?
This is Esagos feeding. This is Esagos feeding. Speaking. After the betrayal of Ilberd and his ilk, if they joined them, their lives would be.
Hear, hear. There is no more fitting sentence for the perpetrators of such a massacre, and that is but one of their crimes. In any event, I thank you for your honesty. When the time comes for the Alliance to pass judgment, I'll see that your opinion is heard. Well, that concludes our business here. But there is more I would say. Walk with me.
Wouldn't Pippin and I make a cute couple? I mean, really. Or Esagos, I should say specifically.
I bear a share of the blame for Ilberd's atrocities. Had I openly supported the cause of Alamigan liberation, he might not have felt driven to do what he did. Things could have been different, and I'm sorry they aren't. But even after all that has happened, my homeland is free. With the Scions and the Alliance at their side, my countrymen have reclaimed what many thought lost forever. Under her new leadership, I have every confidence that Alamigo will emerge from the shadow of the Empire and rise once more to greatness. Which means my work here is done. Soon I will return to Uldar and take my place at the Sultana's side.
Father...
I'll not deny there's a part of me that wants to stay. The same part that contemplated renouncing my rank and joining you as a wandering sellsword. But I pledged my blade to Nanamo, and I will not betray that oath.
Is this truly what you want, Father?
It is. Ever has my sword been hers to command, and ever shall it remain. Thank you for lending an ear. When all the rest are clamoring for me to stay, I trust you'll send me on my way.
The Sultana basically wants me to keep her plans and what she wishes, kind of. I mean, she she would love to want Raubon to stay, but she wants him to follow his heart. His heart is in Alamigo. Right now, the only thing is that's holding him in Alamigo is his oath to the Sultana, and just this connection of not just this oath, but also this friendship of him that between them. So, but Sultana wants the best for Raubon. She would love for him to stay, but if his heart is in Alamigo, she wants him to follow his heart over staying with her. She wouldn't feel right having him there if he wants to be in Alamigo. He wants to be working in Alamigo. Pippin could, and if anything, Pippin could basically take Raubon's place. He's Raubon's adopted son, and you would still have your connection with Raubon. It's just he wouldn't be constantly present, but you would have his son, which is a connection still. Raubon's got some downtime. You can come to Elda, visit, and you can have good times. You have great interactions. You still have a connection, and might even strengthen the connection between Elda and Alamigo. So there's lots of intricacies here, but Raubon made an oath. Um, he has a good friend. They're good friends in either way. So, anyways, we're gonna take a quick break so I can refresh my beverage because I ran out of my Monster Rehab and my Diet Mountain Dew. I'm actually tempted that the next time I do grocery shopping to get like a 12 pack of at least a 12 pack of Diet Mountain Dew because I miss it. I like Diet Mountain Dew better than regular Mountain Dew. Too sugary. And there's this different flavor with diet. Anyways, that's beside the point. That's digression. I'll be right back. All right. And we're back. I poured myself some more goldfish crackers because I had plenty. That took longer than I intended, but at least we know where I'll stand. That settled. Arnold, what news? We may have a problem, sir. A group of Ananta have arrived at the main gates, and I don't mean the Vera. They're Kalyana, the ones that summon the Primal. They're insisting they be allowed to attend the council. Lisa's trying to reason with them, but she may need help. An invitation was extended to all the native beast tribes, but we assumed the Kalyana would refuse out of hand. We had best go and see for ourselves. Pippin, take command of our forces and be ready for battle. Esagos, you've dealt with these Kalyana before. I'd have you at my side. Absolutely, Pops. Hard to see, but there's some Kalyana there. Hey, Lise. Esagos, Ravan, gods, it's good to see you. The Slayer has come. We have not forgotten how you sinned against the Lady of Bliss. But we did not come here to shed blood. You claim to seek harmony with all who call Gerbanya home. If this is your wish, is truly your wish, you will welcome us as envoys of the Ananta. It is our wish, and we are welcome, but we cannot condone the summoning of primals. If you want to enter the palace, I must ask that you first surrender any crystal jewelry. You have my word that it will be returned to you when the meeting is over. We will do as you ask, but you will not have our weapons. We have not so foolish to place ourselves entirely at the mercy of our tormentors. I reckon that the closest we're going to get to a compromise, and we will have people standing guard. Aye, let them keep their swords. Then we have an agreement. Lead the way to your meeting chamber. It may be more regal than the way I was saying it. Why do I have a feeling that we've welcomed a viper into our midst? Weapons coffer, which I don't need. There's our orchestra in the row. You get to dress up Raubon as a minion. Anyways. This Kalyana Elder's intention seems that all is all we know of her tribe. What think you, Escos? The enthrall can't be trusted. Aye, it is said that once a creature has fallen under the sway of a primal, there is no salvation. I strongly doubt the Kalyana suddenly broke free of Lakshmi's will. No, whatever the truth, I would take no chances. The god must be strengthened, ideally with people who know a thing or two about primals. Can we rely on the science? I'll round up our comrades and send them to the Alamigan quarter. You go on ahead if you like, Elsigos. My thanks. I will see you in the palace. Come on. Oh. You find a place which doesn't have an animal nearby. I just saw some. I am in Alamigo. Let's be thematic. Sorry. That's right, a griffin. Like, if you notice, like, the helms on the resistance fighter has kind of like the wings on the side. To be a representative of like the horns on a griffin. That's that sort of thing. A griffin is definitely a big icon of Alamigo. As a ghost, I brought reinforcements. Unvold told me of the arrival of unexpected guests, and I agreed that it would be prudent to call upon Yestola and Thancred as well. No one can never one can never be too careful when dealing with the enthralled. I am not familiar with the Kalyana tribe myself, but Alize's report suggested that they shun contact with other races. Despised it, in fact, even compared to other Nonta. Indeed, this imperative reversal's attitude is most curious. No one expected a response to our invitation, much less an envoy, and I imagine Lise was forced to make sure that rather hasty arrangements in order to accommodate them. Speaking of which, how should we deploy ourselves? If the meeting is to be held in the throne, it would seem wise to have eyes both inside and outside the palace. Yashilla and I will stand guard without. That leaves the three of you to keep watch over proceedings in the throne room. Understood. We should join General Aldine inside then. As Ghost, do you know of the rear entrance to the palace? It's on the eastern edge of the city, at the top of the stairs. Guard there should have instructions to let you pass. Mechanically speaking, this is how you enter the palace. Anytime you need to enter the palace, you go here. Theo.
Thank you all for coming. I am Lise Hext, and I speak for the Resistance. Among you are village elders, refugee leaders, envoys from the Ananta and the Kikern. You've come from every corner of Girabania to help decide the future of Alamigo. But before that, I want to ask you a question. What was the first thing you noticed when you came in? For me, it was that empty throne. It has no one to sit on it now. No viceroy, no king. Would any of you like to take their place? Or should someone else sit there? Then let's sit here in a circle, as equals, and I hope, as friends.
Expertly done! Lise has removed monarchy as a choice early in the game, and positioned them to consider a joint government. All things considered, I would say events have got off to a fine start.
And that is Alagana's stance on the matter.
Thank you, Ragenfrid. Another vote in favor. Next, let's hear from Shanti of the Kaliana. Tell us, how do your people feel about the idea of a republic?
The Ananta wish only that those who dwell within Gir Abania devote themselves to our faith. You shall all worship Sri Lakshmi! Lady of Bliss, grace us once more with your beauteous visage!
No crystals were allowed through the door!
We can worry about the how of it later. We need to evacuate these people right now, or the Primal will make thralls of them all!
It's up to us.
Kicked your ass before, I'll kick it again.
Gods damn it! The guards were already turned!
Fine, Roger.
Fools!
No, you don't!
The Kaliana would see us all enthralled.
Then they're going to be sorely disappointed. We have the Warrior of Light and Arenvald to shield us.
Aye, but they can't well defend your guests and attack the Primal, can they? We're stuck on the back foot.
All right, I think I have an idea. Keep these people safe, General. I'll be back as soon as I can.
She trained with the Warrior of Light. You think that she's going to be
Best make it quick.
attacked that easily? Alright. Here we go.
Come then. Who will be next to die?
By my steel. Turning it down during the not so... I'm going to turn it down just a little. There might be some voice work during all this. Oh. Duty. How do we fight her without leaving our allies wide open? We can't stay in the back foot forever. No, damn it. If I think like that, we're already lost. I have the Warrior Light on my side. We can do this. Isn't that right, Estigos? Use the duty action to reflect to dissipate the aether spheres Lakshmi releases during battle. Be warned that allowing an ally to be enthralled by an aether spear will result in failure. So hopefully our involved isn't slow. Deflect. There we are. Deflect this one. Deflect.
Why, I offer you peace and serenity.
Maybe I should have red mage this. It's... Oh, shit. Deflect. Deflect. Okay, get two at once. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Got that one?
I shall free you from your hate.
Oh.
Damn it all! It's only a matter of time before we miss one.
What of it? Do you want to kill this thing or not?
You're gonna protect people and beat face? You're welcome to do it. Sure, Lise gets the LB3.
We did it! We beat her!
So, how does it feel?
What is this?
I'm only gonna say this once. The Ananta just summoned their primal in the throne room. My friends are fighting her, but they need help. They need someone with the Echo, and by the gods, I wish I had it, but I don't. I told you before that you still had time, but things have changed. I need your answer now. You can end it like Xenos, or you can fight for Alamigo. Your choice.
Seven hells. It's her, the Butcher.
It's done. Take me back to my cell.
You are not forgiven. Not you. You I will never forgive. But I will thank you. For standing against a primal and saving us from servitude. You have my thanks.
Well, it's a step. Honestly, I wouldn't expect anybody to actually forgive her, but if she's doing good deeds and, attempting to atone for her past sins, then we're probably in a decent space. Well fought, Tessigos. Are involved? That was a near thing. Aye, I'll stand against the Kalyana would have been brief indeed had you not volunteered for guard duty. We'd be enthralled as surely as our sentries were. They must have planned this far in advance. Securing is my responsibility. I know how dangerous primals can be. Should have... God, it's my fault. Stupid mistake. Nay, lass. We were all caught unawares. We will take this as a lesson and watch our own more carefully in the future. You can be sure that the lackeys who smuggled the crystals into the throne room weren't the only thralls in our ranks. The soldier who first spoke up in the favor of the Kalyana, keeping their weapons springs to mind. A primal servant is betrayed by his aura. If you mean to conduct an investigation, I can identify any others acting under Sri Lakshmi's influence. Thanks, Yashtola. We'd appreciate the help. Speaking of which, I almost fell over when Fordola turned up. What was she even doing here? I asked her to come. Explain the situation that we just saw in an Echo Vision just a few moments ago. Exposition. Well, that explains it then. It's sad, but Ragnfrid was right. Her victims will never forgive her for what she's done. But I don't think Fordola picked up that sword looking for forgiveness. She just wanted to fight for her country. If you say the world in which Fordola grew up and is partially to blame for what she became, then as an Alamigan, I feel responsible for improving that world. We're responsible for. I can't ignore what's happening right now. We have to show people a better way than vengeance. Or we risk giving birth to a new generation of skulls. I know it's idealistic, but I want to help people to let go of their old grievances and make peace with each other. And I'll hold 1,000 meetings and talk till I'm blue in the face if that's what it takes. It's a long and arduous path you have chosen, but one well worth walking. Rest assured that I will do what I can to help you reach your destination. Thank you, Alphino. The first step will be to get our representatives back in the throne room. They're a little shaken, but not one of them seems ready to run. We're all determined to finish what we started. I will see that you're not interrupted. Essigos, you and the Scions are to stand down. Get some rest. You've earned it. Oop. Sorry.
The meeting is over. The envoys have chosen to instate a government model on Ishgard's House of Commons, a ruling body of representatives elected by the people. It is a fair decision, and one which signals the end of my part in all this. But I would gaze upon Girabania's stars one last time before I leave.
Is that truly what you want?
Forget something? Your Grace, there was no word.
Raubon Aldin, you are hereby dismissed as General of the Immortal Flames and relieved of your seat on the Syndicate.
But, Your Grace...
Raubon, I am no longer a child. Stay here in your homeland. Work with your brethren. Rebuild Alamigo.
You desire to stand alone. I understand, but remember what happened.
I remember full well the consequences of my naivety, and thus did I consult at length with a most trusted advisor ere I embarked upon this course.
A most trusted advisor? And what of me? Am I no longer deserving of your confidence?
What trust can there be between us when you withhold the truth from me? Did you think me oblivious to the anguish in your eyes when you spoke of returning to Uldar? For years and years, we have trusted one another. Yet now you refuse to confess your heart's desire?
I swore an oath to you that day on the sands. I pledged my sword.
And it has served me well. But in Pippin you have forged a new sword, as sharp and deadly as the blade you bequeathed him. I will show you a Sultana who can wield every weapon at her disposal, including Lolorito and his monetarist cronies. So follow your heart, please. You are home. You are free.
Nanamo.
Smile for me, Raubon. I would have this parting be a joyous one.
Thank you, Your Grace. It has been an honor to serve you and Uldar.
Tomorrow you will serve Alamigo and fight for the good of all Eorzea. Am I understood?
Yes, Your Grace.
There. Finally. Headcanon between this and that cutscene. As I'm walking away, I run into Pivot. And says, "Did I just see Her Grace walk past?" I'm like, "Yep. So Dad is staying here. Do you think he? I wouldn't be surprised if he will take his place on Nanamo's side." What? Huh? What? Trust me, honey. You were trained well by Pops, and you will do just fine.
Thanks for shielding us from Lakshmi, you two.
Oop.
If you hadn't in there, the rest of us would be worshipping her by now.
You're kind to include me, Lise, but we both know who did most of the work. I could scarce keep track of the battle, let alone land a telling blow. No shame in admitting it. The Warrior of Light has put far better men than me in the shade.
Did I mention that I encountered the Sultana in the palace? It would seem Her Grace has come to Girabania to oversee the final stages of her relocation project.
She had some other matters as well.
She was in search of General Oldin, and I directed her to the rooftop garden. I do hope he was still there.
He was.
Are you in the habit of gossiping about the affairs of royalty, Master Leveilleur?
Certainly not, Your Grace. I was merely informing my companions.
Be at ease, Alphino. 'Twas only a jest.
Alphino can't win.
But I must yield the floor to Raubahn. He has an important announcement to make.
As of yesternight, I have been relieved of my post in the Immortal Flames and the Syndicate both.
Wait, what?
I shall be assuming my father's duties. And may I say that Tizona has never felt heavier upon my back.
Twould seem I am in need of employment. Mayhap one of my old acquaintances can introduce me to a mercenary company or some such.
You may be getting on in years, father, but you'd struggle to find a band of sellswords who wouldn't snap your hand off. Your remaining hand.
Yes, the bull of Alamigo need not be put out to pasture just yet.
Your Grace has developed a wicked edge to her humor, and you, Pippin, would do well not to laugh when the future may hold the same for you.
Arnvald and Alphino are just
Does this mean you're staying?
gasp.
Aye, that seems to be the way of it. I would be glad to aid you in rebuilding our nation, if you'll have me.
If, he says. Welcome home, Raubahn.
Well, that was unexpected. Though you seem distinctly unsurprised.
Shrug.
Either you are more astute than I give you credit for, or I'm losing my touch. In any event, one thing is certain. Alamigo will rejoice at the homecoming of her dearest son.
Okay, so headcanon opposite. I will be walking away from the pallet, or from the garden. I'll see my huddy, greet him, and he'll say, "I don't see the Sultana." Said, "Yep, I saw her too. Wonder what she's here for." Well, there was some business that was being done, so maybe it was that. I mean, Dad is here, so maybe she went looking for them. You're not telling me something. No, Dad. I'm just making guesses. I don't know what's going on. This, I guess, would be a terrible liar. I think it's about time I headed back to Raglar's Reach. What's next for you two? Alize will be eager to hear of recent events, so I shall join you if you have no objections. I'd welcome the company. Eskos, why don't you come along to the Reach as well once you've said your farewells to Nanamo and the others? Yes. Okay. I need to get the dote emote so I can dote on Pippin every time I see him. I've asked enough of you, Eskos. My only words for you now are those of gratitude. Annie, what do you say? I must assume my father's responsibility without delay, lest our rivals, both inside and outside of Uldar, treat his dismissal as a window of opportunity. Rest assured, they will find his owner's edge just as sharp in my hands. That's why I like you, honey. Hey, Pops, what do you think? Pops-in-law. Seems my road has come full circle. I appreciate the support you showed for my earlier decision. Overruled though it was. Well, to be fair, I kind of knew what was going on. So I knew it was going to be overruled in the first place. So I'm just like, that's what you decide. But something might have happened. Thing. All right. When the round was reached. Ooh, lag. Up over there, so I could actually use the Ethernet to go to Northeastern Rogers Reach. I can imagine downtimes Esagos and Elagos would be up on the hand of Rauger doing some sparring. Because here's my thought. I have the thought because for Esagos here, I thought of him as being his patron deity as Rauger. So this is kind of like home for him. That's my thinking, at least. Well, here we go again. Alphino has regaled me with a thrilling tale of hidden treasure troves, mid-meeting betrayals, unlikely alliances, and joyous homecomings. It seemed I missed everything. I was patrolling the palace grounds with Thancred and Stola when we heard the report of a primal in the throne room. I honestly doubted my own ears. As others have said, we are lucky to have our echo-blessed champions nearby, but we needed to keep a closer eye on the Kaliana. You could say that again. The whole episode has reminded me just how far apart our kinds still are. It looks like centuries of fear and mistrust really can't be washed away in a day. But someone has to make an effort of reconciliation in these conflicts is ever going to end. Naturally, a lot of people are crying out for vengeance, but I've been doing my best to calm things down. Violent reprisals will only lead to more summonings. Indeed, violence will ever beget violence, as the Empire has learned to its cost in many recent times. In any case, summoning Lakshmi was the Broom Brothers' doing, and whoever replaces her might not be so keen on the idea. We'll just have to watch and wait. Which isn't to say we won't be putting the safety of our allies in the Vera and M tribes first. Plan to have resistance scouts keep track of the Kaliana's movements at all times. My parents will be relieved to hear that. What are your plans for the rest of the Resistance army, out of interest? Are we to prepare for Imperial counterattacks? That would be a question for a Resistance newest recruit, a military commander with far more experience than me. Ah, what? The Bull of Alamigo? We call it an army, but the resistance is really a collection of smaller independent groups. And when Conrad passed his command to me, that authority only extended to the freedom fighters based in Rago's Reach. He just happened to be serving as the resistance spokesman at the time, and needed someone to take over the role while everything was in disarray. But that time has passed. While I speak with the other leaders about reforming the army under the new government, I'll be nominating Raubon as the overall commander of our forces. He has more experience than the rest of us put together, and we stand to learn a lot from him. Indeed, he is of all respects the ideal choice, assuming he accepts the post. Alamigo will have added a formidable weapon to its arsenal. And given the progress of Nanamo's settlement initiative, I see great cause for hope. The seeds which we so carefully sowed have begun to quicken, my friends. I like that. We tend to our promises and watch as Alamigo blooms. Cutscene. I do give thanks to the kami that my makeshift rafts withstood the fury of the seas. But there their generosity ended. No coins in our pockets for new attire, we are doomed to look like so much jetsam. Oh, woe betide the poor man in our city of rich merchants. These dango are delicious. Will you have one? Ah, more sweetbreads. I surrender my blade to secure what few coins we have. Huh? Bah, just like talking to a child. Fate, my fate saddled me with this burden I shall never know. But I am alive, and I must return to my master's side. Come, Suyu. We shall find a ship to carry us across the Ruby Sea. Meanwhile, in the Imperial Palace. Have you heard the reports? First Doma, then Alamigo, and Lord Xenos put to the sword. Do you believe everything you read? I hear the Viceroy is merely wounded and that he's already returned to the capital. Naturally, the savages beat their chests and boast loudly of taking his head regardless. Nay, nay, Lord Xenos lives? Deplorable. That our own officers would be fooled by Eorzean misinformation. Small wonder the provinces have been rising up in rebellion. We must prepare an official and almost above all accurate announcement to quell these pernicious rumors. They would wage war with empty words. Let them produce the Viceroy's remains then. We shall soon put the lie to their claims. Hey, we're done with 4.1 content. Is it 4.1? 4.1, right? 4.1. 4. Am I putting like 3.2 in my notes here? Yeah, it should be 4. 4. Should be 4. 4.2. Not 2.2, 4.2. Thank you. Done. Okay. Maybe that'll save. We don't know. Find out. At least I'm not putting it in the title. I can fix it later. Anyways, that's the point. Tidings from the East. Finally, we get to emote a greeting. Why is that not like why is that not like an initial default? Sometimes I wonder. As it goes, good time. We would like to send a word from. I was just about to send words from the Scions. Got lots to tell you. The Council has officially recognized the Resistance as our standing army, and I expect you can guess who's been appointed commander. Suffice it to say, we're in good hand. Because Raban only has one arm. Having the Bull of Alamigo at the helm done wonders for morale. People are dancing in the streets when the announcement was made, and we have you and the Sultana to thank for it. If you two haven't worked your magic, he'd never have contemplated following his heart. Council has also decreed that we are to maintain a presence at Ralger's Reach. Lise will continue to lead our forces in the fringes, a job she's been doing tirelessly. A bit too tirelessly, some might say. We're constantly having to remind her to rest before she falls over. That's an exaggeration, and I always get up again. Anyway, we will hardly afford to lower our guard, not with our latest brush with Lakshmi. Speaking of which, we've been keeping an eye on the Kalyana, and it looks like they've chosen a new leader. It's Shanti's daughter. You know, the half-dead one. For whatever reason, the Kalyana thought she was the best candidate, which makes them leaderless, basically. As things stand, there's no prospect of engaging talks, let alone coming to an understanding. And I won't let that stop me. I'll keep on reaching out to them until they finally see sense. Just like I've been reaching out to Fordola. She still won't meet my gaze, but she's given up trying to ignore me. It may only be the odd grunt, but at least she's responding. I'll get through to her yet. Let's go. There you are. Alphino, Alize, is everything all right? We received word from Tataru. Hancock has apparently acquired information of great interest and urgency. More than that, she didn't say, only that we should come to Kagane right away. I don't mind for the two of us to set forth together, but Alize had determined to make it a party of 3. As I told you more than a dozen times, brother, my wounds are quite healed, and I would benefit from some fresh air. Besides, you may well need of an extra pair of hands. Will you not, sister? I'm quite given up trying to convince you. Whether we are 2 or 3, we should depart as soon as possible. You'll be joining us, I trust? Yeah, sure. I know what Hancock's up to. Oh, I was about to say I'd come too, but I'll just have to settle for cheering you from afar. Good luck with whatever it turns out to be. Thank you, Lise. Rest assured, should this business prove to be an even tangential concern to Alamigo, we shall inform you without delay. Let us be off, then. Hancock and Tataru await us at the Ruby Bazaar offices. So this patch 4.2 is titled Rise of a New Sun. Time to Ethernet transport all the way across the world. Oh, I should probably put my dress-up robe on away. Dress-up robe on. There. Over here, I'm going to quickly grab this. It's for unlocking a dungeon. I like having my variety of stuff. Greetings, honors. May I show you in? Sorry. Cutscene. I think this says VO.
My friends, thank you for coming at such short notice.
We were told the matter was urgent. I take it Yugiri and Soroban are also involved?
My presence here is but a happy coincidence. I am come on separate business, which can wait.
My apologies. Master Hancock, pray, tell our friends exactly what you told me.
Of course, of course. Some few days ago, a large detachment of soldiers was seen arriving at the Garlean embassy. This seemed to me most unusual, as no personages of note are due to visit for a matter of months. So, I made a few inquiries, whereupon I learned of a most curious rumor. Apparently, the soldiers were dispatched to Kugani to investigate recent sightings of a certain individual. The late acting Imperial Viceroy of Doma, Yotsuyu.
I beg your pardon?
I too am loath to believe it. I saw the keep come down on top of her. We all did.
I would not presume to question your eyewitness accounts, nor am I one to take rumors at face value. The fact is, the Garleans have no knowledge of what took place at Doma Castle. They may well be chasing after a woman who merely resembles Yotsuyu. But a woman who resembles Yotsuyu in the company of a grizzled Rogadan samurai? I dare say that thickens the plot.
Gosetsu! He's alive!
While I've no conclusive proof, I thought that such a possibility warranted your attention.
Have you informed Lord Hien? Well, I think we'd all like to believe the old bear survived.
Indeed. While I dare not give myself wholly to hope, I will not deny that I have prayed for such a miracle ever since that fateful day. But regardless of my personal feelings, if the Empire has seen fit to pursue these rumors so vigorously, we can scarce afford to ignore them. I am bound by duty to ascertain the truth of the matter. Will you join me in this quest?
I'm not sure what I'll do if I saw Yatsu again.
I understand. Only too well. But if Gosetsu yet lives, he will need our help if he is to avoid capture.
Gosetsu is a dear friend, and we cannot abandon him to the mercy of the Empire. Our course is clear. Hancock, is there aught else you can tell us?
Alas not, but I have taken the liberty of employing one of the finest informants money can buy. You shall have the latest intelligence on the Garleans' movements, and more besides.
That doesn't feel like there's any shady dealings. The informant waits your pleasure in the back streets of Sanjo Hanamachi. From its shining facade and its dark underbelly, to its dark underbelly, you know Kugane as intimately as he. One of the finest informants money can buy. Why do I have a bad feeling about this? Permit me to assist you in your quest, my friends. The sooner your business is concluded, the sooner we combine. Should your search take you away from Kogani, my boat is at your disposal. I shall see that she is ready to sail. I'll give Soraban a hand if you're I'll give Soraban a hand if you're providing us a ship. The least we can do is supply the provisions. We'll be at the pier if you need us. A welcome offer, an excellent plan. Without further ado, then, let us seek out this informant in Sanjo Hanamachi. Ore Sanjo. Very Japanese. Where are we going? Back there, so... Who's the district? This should be the place. Now we wait and see who comes. It has been a while, my friends. Yes, a long while indeed. I knew it. Yodo, any funny business, and you know what will happen next, I trust. No funny business. Only loyal service and finest quality information. Of course, such quality does not come cheap. No, but then Hancock already paid you. Honestly, you must think we were born yesterday. Have half a mind to call East. I could do it. No, Lise. I beg you, no boots. I will tell you everything I know, free of charge. The Empire searches for Yatsuyu, high and low, far and wide. Come to enlist my help, they did, promising rich rewards for decisive information. And have you decisive information, were the two individuals cited here indeed Gosetsu and Yatsuyu? Alas, see them with my own eyes. I did not. But the Imperials are confident. Yes. Very confident indeed. Look at the size of their contingent. But there is something they do not know, a rumor which you will find most interesting, I think. They say an elderly Rogan samurai appeared on Kugane Dore with a beauteous maiden and sold his katana to a pawnbroker. It was no common katana either, but one of surpassing craftsmanship. Well, that is interesting, assuming it's true. Did you corroborate the rumor with the pawnbroker in question? No. Regrettably, I do not have a working relationship with the master of Shufuku Shichitan. Now, why would that be, I wonder? If I didn't know better, I would think he'd lend you money. He will help you, I'm certain. While you speak with him, I will make contact with my Garlean connections and learn what I can of their progress. A glimpse of the blade is all I need to be sure, but is it wise to let the Mazu out of our sight? Nah, he's probably dressed. No, no more betrayals. No more boots. The fighter force is simply more efficient. He's right. Given the urgency, we will do well to split up. So I will go with our friend here. Nothing improves efficiency like a little supervision. Yes, yes. We will go together, and there will be no boots. Let's be at it then. Good luck with the katana. Shall we reconvene at the pier later on? Fragrant as the Ruby Bazaar offices are, I prefer the fresh air. I believe Alize has a task well in hand. Shall we seek out the pawnbroker? The eastern bow for bows. Hi. Oh, wait. We get a green tea set. Everything's in order, and let us proceed to Kogane Dore. Kogane Dore. Not Kugani. Kogane Dore. And find the master of the thing. I clicked too fast. Kogane Dore Market. On. Oh, hey, Wandering Minstrel. Can I get Extreme Trials, please? The nice thing about these is I can just get them. I can skip the cutscene. I got Emanations of Scream. Little tribute stream. And I believe this is Minstrel's Ballad. Jinryu's Domain. Who is this guy? Welcome, good sir. Welcome. Will you be buying? I'm actually looking to see if somebody sold you a sword from a Rogadin. Rogadin? Say Rogadin. Rolls off the tongue better. Ro, in any case. Ah, so you heard tell of the Rogadin Samurai's katana. Small wonder is a fine example of its kind. One moment. Here, I hope you found our pawnbroker. Excellent work, Asagos. And that is the katana? There is no doubt. This is Gosetsu's blade. Craftsmanship is exquisite, is it not? And you will be pleased to know that the pledge has just expired. I should be glad to sell it to you, assuming you have the coin. There is no ordinary weapon, you understand, is priced accordingly. But if you are serious, I just suggest you act quickly, as several noted collectors have already expressed an interest. Blade represents conclusive proof of Gosetsu's survival. I suppose this could be considered a necessary cost in securing his safe return. It is not a decision I can make alone, least of all that our nation has scarce begun to rebuild. I'll pay. Hey, my friend. Grateful though I am for the offer, I cannot ask this of you, it is enough to know that Gosetsu is alive and well. Yugiri, wait, the science will buy the katana. Pray consider it a gift. Master Alphino, your kindness is touching truly, yet in matters of coin, would Mrs. Tataru not expect to be consulted? Come now, our friends would never have relinquished this blade were the need not great, and as you are not bound by honor to help a friend in need, I say we are, and I am sure Tataru will wholeheartedly agree. It is settled then, you will make a wise choice for friends. Such pieces are few and far between. Now, if you would be so good as to come this way, I shall prepare the necessary papers. Alphino. Alphino, just let me pay. I'll just cough up the gil. It'll be fine. I got plenty of gil. We don't need to take it out of the science coffer since we would first need to go to Tataru, but it would be sold, possibly be sold. I'll just pay for it. Let me ask, sir, after you visited the establishment, do you know where the old samurai went? He is our friend, and we will return his weapon to him. A friend of yours, to say? I see. Well, then, I suppose there'd be no harm in telling you. No sooner had I provided him with the requested sum than his pretty young companion began clamoring for dango. I duly recommend that those served at the Yumineko tea house, and thither did they set off. Clamoring for dango? Can this truly be the same people? Makes no sense. Some manner of code, perhaps, but it avails us not to speculate. Let us go to this tea house and see if we can pick up their trail. This time has been flying by, I tell you. Another unlock. Do later. Actually, let me quickly do that now. It'll only take about a moment. Welcome to the Adventurer Housing District. This is how quick this quest is. Just here and there. Oop. Sorry, Sir Bami. It's for adventurers only. No, I can teleport there, so actually enhances my Ethernet here in Kagane. Oops. I'll just summarize all that. So actually, we'll go back. But of course I remember. How could I forget a pair like that? The most beautiful girl you'll ever see, scoffing down Dango as if her life depended on it. While the old samurai looked on. Not quite what I expected, I wager. Far be it for me to gossip about her customers, but he was planning to spirit her away across the Ruby Sea, out of reach of her family, no doubt. When the girls finally had her fill, they set off in the direction of Shiokaze Hostillery, presumed to find someone discreet with a boat. The Gosetsu makes for Doma, but this woman who travels with him, the more I hear of her, the more I wonder if she can truly be Yatsuyu. But that's remain over the identity of Gosetsu's traveling companion. For now, we can but follow the trail. Come, let us away to the pier and make ready to sail. With luck, Alize will already have joined Master Soroban and Mistress Tataru there. Lalafell and his dog running around Kugane. Excellent timing, my friends. Mrs. Alize arrived mere moments ago. All went well on my end. Yodo met with an Imperial officer and wheedled his way to some new information. Seems the troop who recently arrived in Kugane came directly from Garlemald. The Imperials based here have been kept in the dock. And that's not all. A contingent of the aforementioned troops are preparing for deployment to the Ruby Sea. If I didn't know better, they would say they picked up Gosetsu's trail. Then your information matches all. We're quite certain that Gosetsu seeks to cross to the mainland. He explains everything, and then I'm sorry. Did I hear you right? You use Scion funds, buy Gosetsu's katana, at the asking price? Aye, well, we were in some haste and it seemed a worthwhile gesture. Speaking of which, here's the contract of sale. Pray see that the man is paid. Paul's beard. You agreed to this? Give me strength. Well, not like the search can wait. You best be on your way. By Alphino, we need to talk. I want you to come straight to the offices as soon as you come back. Promise me. Oh, very well. I shall call upon you as soon as I return. First, let us go to the Ruby Price. If Gosetsu has already set sail, the sentries are sure to have seen him. I'm surprised she didn't really like start yelling at him vehemently. Oh, duty. How should we put this? How questionable. Remind me to explain the value of such gestures when we next see her. But I digress. We have work to do. I clicked through that first part. I thought it was a quick little thing, but it had a little bit of story. I should have said no and done it again just to show you, but too late. She's like, I don't know why she was so upset. It's fine. I'm like, oh no.
the sentries. What's going on out there?
Travelers, are you? You may wish to postpone your plans. The Garleans have launched an attack on the Confederacy. We have no reason to believe they'll turn their attention here, but for your own safety, I suggest you return to Kugane.
The Garleans bear no love for the Confederacy, but with Doma lost to them, why would they attack? Unless
Yotsuyu is on that island.
Even if she isn't, our allies are under attack and they need our help.
We will help them while you remain with Soroban. Arguing will only delay us. Is that clear?
Fine, but you haven't heard the last of this.
Soroban, we may need to make a swift exit. See that the boat is ready to sail at a moment's notice.
It shall be done.
What, and you're going to swim there, are you?
'Tis the quickest way, and you may rest assured I've been practicing. Yeah!
come.
Headcanon, I say Zalfano.
Your defense is lacking. Leave this to me.
Here for the old man, yes, he's up top.
Lady Yotsuyu, we're here to rescue you. Please, come with us.
Stay back, Tsuyu.
Are you all right?
Is he all right?
Gosetsu!
Damn it, we took too long. Change of plan, eliminate hostiles! All forces, attack!
Again, it'll be allowed because here's a castle. Come on. Let's just do it. Just clear yourself back. Somebody tell me to use relative limit break because for some reason I don't have access to a limit break bar. Somebody limit break! Clear. Oh. Come on. Sensei.
The art of my forebears.
We got him on.
Gosetsu, thank the heavens!
Yugiri, my friends, the Kami were kind to guide your steps this way.
It's over. The Imperials are retreating. I suppose we have you to thank for that. But they would never have come here were it not for her. I had a bad feeling the moment your samurai friend arrived with that woman in tow.
Do not be afraid, Suyu. These people are my friends.
Friends.
Forgive me, but at the risk of souring the mood, I believe you owe us an explanation. You may start by telling us what happened at Doma Castle.
Of course. I'll not begrudge you that. As you know, we were trapped inside the keep when it collapsed. But even as the roof crumbled above us, so too did the floor below. We were swept out into the One River, where we would surely have drowned had a stout wooden door not chanced to float by, offering us a raft of sorts. Exhausted, we drifted out to sea, at the mercy of the tides, which saw fit to dispense us on a desert island.
She was with you the entire time?
Aye. 'Twas her kimono which saved her from Hien's blade, believe it or not. Some Garlean witchcraft in the weave. But it offered precious little protection against the fall. Though she survived, she awoke bereft of all her memories, and speaking like a child.
A trick, surely.
That was my first thought, aye. And I contemplated cutting her down and being done with it. Contemplated it long and hard. Yet the Kami saw fit to deliver us from certain death. 'Twas their will that we survive, both of us, together. And together we shall go before our master. He shall be the one to judge.
Judge what?
She's your prisoner, old man. Do with her as you will. Call her Tsuyu, or whatever else tickles your fancy.
'Twas a name given out of necessity whilst on the road. Nothing more.
As you say. But remember this. Our people suffered much at that woman's hands. When the time comes, I trust you won't let emotion blind you to what needs to be done.
You have my word.
Well, I must be going. I have an unholy mess to clean up. You should be on your way too, before the Imperials decide to take another tilt. Oh, and we'll overlook the tithe this once.
Or goldfish. As Tensui says we should move on. It would not do for Yatsu to be seen here. Now, if I know my sister, she'll be already waiting with the boat at the nearby pier. Let's go and see if I'm right. Gosetsu, thank the gods you're safe. It was all I could do to watch the battle from afar. And it was all I could do to restrain her. Can you blame me for worrying? Strong as Esagos is, anything could happen in the chaos. But enough about me. We need to talk about her. Greetings? Tell me you've lost your memory. That's fine. But I want to know something. Won't be. I want you to know something. I won't be taking my eyes off you, not for a moment. These people are strange. Are they surely your friends? I am. They may behave strangely, but I trust them with my life. You have not to fear. All right, if you say so. Mm. All right. Tis past time we set sail. I, for one, would not keep Lord Hien waiting without due cause. Aye, and the longer we tarry, the more we risk inviting trouble. Lest we forget the Red Kojin bear no love for Yotsu either. I shall deliver you to familiar shores near Asari, but out of the village's sight. Here's where we part ways. I pray the remainder of your journey passes uneventfully. Escos, if you're not otherwise occupied, I would speak with you about our next business venture. It promises to be extremely lucrative, and I do not say so lightly. With the prestigious sum spent acquiring a certain sword, I would present a fine opportunity to fill the science coffers and restore the smile to Mistress Tataru's face. Oh, come along. Tataru was overacting. How much could a single katana possibly cost? Did you not even look at the... You were given a bill which had the price on it. Did you even look at it? I don't understand this. This is... I don't... Didn't just like a patch ago we found a huge treasure, and then to make sure that we were having somebody that could help with numbers, smart financial planning for the distribution of the wealth was to be with Alphino, and now for just the sword. Oh my god, why? Next time I see Lise, I just want to say to her, hey, you know that thing about distributing the treasure with the help of Alphino? Yeah. If you need complex calculations, maybe do it, but like stupid rich boys. Alize probably has better sense than him. Well, more than you think, plainly. Blade like Gosetsu's is worth a fortune, enough to buy a house and furnish it, which you would know had you bothered to check the price. What? I had no idea. This business venture of Sorbonne's will give it fair hearing, I trust. He has been good for us, after all. As for me, I think I shall look into drawing upon my personal funds. They grab the quest from Sorbonne. It's side content. It's the Four Lords. Still need to do the Warring Triad. from Heaven's Word, but there's a trial series called The Four Lords, which this is the start of. We must meet with Lord Hien as soon as possible, though mayhap not at the Enclave. I will send word requesting that he receives us at the House of the Fierce, where there are fewer prying eyes. If all are in agreement, I shall scout ahead and see that the way is clear. Pray follow me as swiftly as you're able, and join me to the outskirts of Namai. Let's go, do you? All is well? Good. The others are hiding nearby. Let us proceed quietly, if you please. Oh, we just teleport to the House of Fierce. Video?
My Lord Hien, I am returned.
Yes. I'm gonna mute so I can crunch on stuff.
Save your tears for the morrow. For we who yet walk the path should not think too much on the destination. When the hour arrives, we shall welcome what comes with open arms. And welcome it you did, even as the keep fell down around us. At that moment, in your smile, I spied a shred of hope. One which I have clung to ever since. Gorsetsu, full glad am I to see you alive and well.
We have played this scene before, have we not? Though this time our roles are reversed.
That they are. Meaning you know how I feel. Wholly at a loss for words. Welcome back, old friend. Now then, though we rejoice at your return, it seems you have brought with you certain complications. Rise, my friend. Tell me everything. The Empire is bold indeed to send a token force to engage the Confederacy.
As acting Viceroy, Yotsuyu would have been privy to Imperial secrets. The Garleans will not soon give up the chase.
Nay, it'll end with her capture, or her death.
Are you a friend, too?
She claims to have lost her memory, though I know not if she speaks true. I brought her here that you might decide her fate.
Lost her memory, you say? Regardless, the people have not forgotten. Her face yet haunts their dreams. She cannot roam free. We will hold her here for a time. Place her in Jufia's care, with the express instruction that she is not to be seen.
Yes, my lord. Come.
No, I don't want to.
take me away!
It's all right, Soyu. I will come with you. Be a good girl, and listen to Yugiri.
From a hound at his throat to a puppy at his heel. If this is an act, it is a remarkable performance.
Thank you for delivering Gosetsu back to us in one piece. It is lucky indeed to have friends who would journey to the other side of the world to help us. And repeatedly at that. We have much and more to think upon, but as regards to the Empire, we can but watch and wait. Now then, seeing as we've come all this way, you must allow me to show you around the Enclave. I would not have you thinking we've been idle in your absence. The rebuilding effort proceeds apace. I'm pleased to say that we are now ready to welcome home our countrymen who were displaced by the war. Should they so desire, there is a place here for them who fled Eorzea. We should be delighted to accept your invitation, Lord Yen, and I have no doubt that your subjects at Reverend's Toll will be heartened to hear that their lord has not forgotten them. Well, it's nothing. I just thought that Gosetsu and Yugiri would be back by now. Forgive me, my lord, but Captain Fuya is nowhere to be found. Oh? He was here when I arrived. For now we have taken Yotsu to a private chamber and assigned another to watch over her, my lord. But I find it passing strange that the captain would leave his post with no a word. That does seem unusual. If you mean to look for the man, we should be happy to assist you. We should be glad for your help. While I search without, maybe you can ask the soldiers here if they know anything. I will join you. With respect, my lord, you should remain here. Should the Empire move against us, it would be better to coordinate your response. Ah, no, I was thinking I was in charge. You have the right of it. Go then. I will mind the house. You seek the captain? He passed by a while ago. I wondered if I could tell someone as it happened. He did not look well, you see. I asked if it was the matter, and he told me the past has caught up with him. But I doubt it was that. There was an older man. There are older men in our ranks. Captain Fuya, he was headed for the northern entrance right at last. Saw him last. I was going to invite him to train with us, but he did not hear me call out to him. If you need him, I dare say the sentry on duty will be able to tell you more. Indeed, I suggest as much to Mistress Alize when she came asking earlier. Something I miss. Hi, the captain went outside some few bells ago and looked quite unwell. I'm sorry to say, but this I mentioned to Lord Gosetsu, who straightway struck out after him. I hope there will be all right. Gosetsu too. It seems everybody's bent on joining the search. It's all well and good, but somebody had to stay behind. There's no telling what Empire is plotting. You go on, Escos. Alphino and I shall hold the fort. Hey, buddy, what's going on?
Say nothing of this. I was never here.
There you are.
Lady Yugiri, Lord Gosetsu, forgive me my abrupt disappearance.
You have your reasons, I am sure. Will you not share them?
I was her master when she was yet a courtesan.
By the Kami.
She worked in my establishment. Her father was a regular client of mine. One day, quite without preamble, he offered to sell her to me. Yeah, she may be no maiden, he said, but she has some use left in her. He sold her short. When I first beheld her, I was struck by her beauty. And yet, behind her eyes there was an emptiness. It was as if she had given up on life. She seemed more a doll than a woman. It was no profession for her, but I knew she would be popular, and so it proved. Men flocked to drown themselves in that cold, bottomless gaze. The rest you know. She became an Imperial informant, and for her loyal service won the office of acting Viceroy.
While you came to serve the Liberation Front.
'Tis said that the atrocities Yotsuyu committed were driven by vengeance. If so, I bear part of the blame for creating the monster she became. Joining the front was meant to be my atonement. But the truth is, I am a coward, whose only thought was to escape her wrath. Then as now.
I see. Then I shall recommend that you be assigned to a new post. I trust you have no objections, Yugiri?
None. It would not do to leave Yotsuyu in his care.
I am in your debt.
Who is it that you seek to protect, Gosetsu? Idle musings. Pray, pay me no mind.
Forgive me, now is not the time for brooding. Come, let us rejoin the others. I thank you for your help in the search. Gosetsu has told me of all that transpired. I would not presume to defend the life Jifuya led before he joined the front, nor will I condemn it. Frankly, it is not my place to judge. I will only say this, that Jifuya, I know, has ever been a man of courage. That he may feel driven to flee bespeaks the depths of his terror. Even now, Yotsu casts a shadow over the realm. And the question of what is to be done for her must wait. The Empire is on the move once more. Here's where I'm going to leave it today. Due to certain reasons, I think I'll be back tomorrow. Might be a little late. For reasons. Good reasons. For reasons. But I'm still going to be shooting for the whole 2.5 hour blocks. I'm not in any rush to do anything this time. I'm trying to spend my poetics. Or trying to get the poetics to spend them to get the gear that I want for the thing, anyways. Although I probably should look into getting my caster some stuff since I already got some stuff over here, but I still need to like fill in a spot. There's still stuff to get, and plus I probably still want to get them just to kind of fill out everything and get to the full 400 item level. So. But I will see you next time.